Hey guys, back in the garage again working on scraps. Game plan for today, I want to get this car ready to go to Joe's by the end of the day. So this is what I want to try to get done. I got to seam seal this. You know, I'll grind down any high spots on the spot welds, but they're not too bad. I got to seam seal all the way across here. I have to clean up across here. I have to strip the glue down off of this. And I got to sand this down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try that metal conditioning tool with a lighter grit wheel to see how it works on this glue. Hopefully it'll take it off without too much of a fight. I'm expecting it to fight. I'm just hoping that it gives up easy. I want to touch up the rest of the body. The last time we laid filler on here, we didn't sand it down, so I'm going to sand this down. I'll clean all that up. And then just keep touching away, just getting the car ready to go. I got to take all the weather stripping off and fix this right here because it's all bent down. So I'll fix that. And like I say, I'm hoping to have this car ready to go to Joe's by the end of the day. And we'll see how it goes. Okay? Well, enough babbling. Let's get to work. All right. Let's hit this real quick. See how it looks. I'm thinking if we can get this done, I'll touch up around the car. But it's right there. This car is it's right there, you know. I mean, I'm sure if you're a body guy, you're probably looking at me like, are you crazy? That car's nowhere near there. But you gotta remember, this is gonna go to Joe. He's gonna have his guys hit whatever I missed. The only reason I'm doing this is because I want to get scraps back as quick as we can. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can before it gets to Joe. So, all right, here we go. Hopefully that's the last time. All right, guys, the dust is all settled now. So what I want to do next is, actually, I'm going to clean up all around here. I'm going to just wire wheel it down, clean it up really nice. Then I'm going to seam seal this. And while the seam seal is setting up, it sets up very, very quickly. It's almost dry to the touch 15 minutes later. It sets up really fast. It takes a while for it to dry completely through, but to the touch, it dries pretty fast. So while that's drying, or at least getting to the point to where if I get dust on it or anything, it'll just blow right off with the air hose. What I want to do is I just want to clean this up right here. Clean it up a little more. It's a little bit. I'll sand this down. It actually feels real. It's actually almost like it's right there. I'm going to add a little bit here, a little filler, just a little bit, because where it comes around, it has a little tiny gap right there. And the same on the other side. And it was like that from the factory, because I pulled factory, like the lead. It was just like kind of bubbly in there. But I pulled that out, so. And then right here, I have a little bit right here. But it's pretty much done. It's like right there. So let's see what we can get done. Here we go. All right, before I wire wheel this down, I'm going to pull out all these window clips. They're all rotted. They're just falling out. That's what happened with the back trim. When I was using that tool to take these clips to separate it from the chrome trim, they were just disintegrating. So, I figured let me get these out of here. And I'll hit this really fast with a wire wheel. Clean it up. Yeah, these rolls are shot. This is just like bits and pieces of one right here. Let me get that. It just disintegrates. Let's see what we got over there. Now I know why you had that screw in there to hold that trim down. These clips are all rotted away. The studs and everything are great. They're in really nice shape. Still have some silicone on here. Like these clips here too. I'm going to change them all. The clips on the side on these pillar posts are different than the clips up top here. I'll show you when I go to put the trim on. They're a lot different the way they install and the way they look. These are the sides. I don't have any good ones from here to show you. So when I put the trim back on the car, I'll show you the difference between the two. I'm gonna hit this with a wire wheel now. All right, so we seam seal this right here. While that's drying, and we clean that up there. So while that's drying, what I want to try to do is I want to try to get this glue off of here. It's all dried up. You know, I tried using a razor blade, but it's just so hard to get off. So I'm going to try this metal conditioning tool. You can get them with all different types of wheels. Here's one right here. This is a very aggressive wheel. Here's another one that's pretty aggressive. This one's the least aggressive. So what I want to try to do is I want to try to hit the roof with that wheel, and hopefully it'll take the glue off. The way I'm looking at it, the more I get done before I drop it off to Joe, it's the faster we can get scraps back so we can get it done. So we'll see. I'm going to give that a try. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll give it a try. And if it works, all right. We'll see. I don't know, but I'm fingers crossed that it will. So let's see what we can do with it. Here we go. All right, let's take a look. Oh, let me clean the lens. Hold on. Okay. It's not too bad. It took it down pretty decently. All the heavy stuff. I'm going to try to hit this with a DA now to try to get the rest, hopefully get the rest of the glue off. We'll see. If not, you know, I guess Joe could take care of it for me. We'll see. All righty, back to work. All right, so I had to go back to this aggressive wheel. That glue just didn't want to come off. It was, I got the first layer of it off, I guess, but the rest of it was just, it was there. It doesn't want to come off. And I have to be careful of these studs right here, all the way down, because I don't know if I'm going to keep it a vinyl top now or if I'm going to make it a hard top. I'm not really sure yet, so I don't want to take that off or do anything with that unless I know what I'm going to do. So for now, they're staying. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to DA this down, but before that, I just want to touch this up here, touch it up around there, and a couple little spots here and there. And as that's drying, what I'll do is I'll hit that right there. Oh, you know what else I have to do? I got to take this weather stripping off, and I got to clean up all around the doors, all in here and here, and get ready to jam it out. So we'll see what happens, because what I want to do is jam it out before it goes to Joe. Because like I say, if I can get that done now, it's just a matter of him just shooting the car, just touching up whatever bodywork that I missed, and a few things here and there, and then he can shoot it. We can get scraps back right away. So, alrighty, let's have some fun with this. All right, what I guess we'll do is we'll just put some filler on the back of the window and just a little bit throughout the car just to touch it up. This should be the last of the filler that we put on this car. It's right there. And whatever I miss, a little bit that I miss, Joe can take care of that. And right after that, while that's drying, I want to take the door weather stripping off and the trunk weather stripping off and fix the lip in the trunk weather stripping, that channel where they bent it down. I'll show you when we go to do it. But I figured we'll start hitting this with some body work. And you know what else? You know what I do all the time now? Like, you see it's like all full. When you break it loose, it's nice and clean. So now I'm trying to get into the habit of every time I do body work, when I got some left on that piece of cardboard, I just take the end off, and then it comes out nice and clean. Instead of this. It's always like, it's such a pain to get it off. But, like I say, enough babbling, here we go. All right, so while that's drying right there, let's take the weather stripping off of here, all around, and then fix this right here. The rest of it's actually in really nice shape. A lot of times they rot out over here, or in the corners here. This is in really, really clean shape. I'm surprised. It was bent down, I guess, because they tried to break into the trunk. That's when they destroyed this right here. So I just want to straighten that out. But before I straighten it out, I just got to show you how I'm just so taken back by the way the doors in the trunk on this car close. It's amazing. Look at this. It shuts like brand new. It's amazing. So, alrighty, back to work. All right. I gotta tell you, these are really clean. We straighten this out. Put down now. It's not perfect, but it's not bad at all. So now what I'm gonna do, I think we'll start taking the weather stripping off the doors. We'll sand it down and maybe jam it out. Alrighty, be right back. This stuff, it's just so brittle. All right, so we got all the weather stripping off the car. I didn't take this off yet, but I will take it off and change it. I'm just, like I say, I'm just trying to get the car prepped so I can get it out of here and get over to hopefully get it painted within the next week or so and have it back here. So we got the weather stripping, all the weather stripping out of the trunk area and things like that. But before I start sanding down and prepping it, what I want to do is I want to take this down right here. I just want to clean all this up. And I have a little bit over here a little on that door, and then that's it. The bodywork's done from as far as I'm going to take it. So let's just bang that out really quick and see what else we can get done. Here we go. I'm happy with that. Here we go. Hey guys, it's the end of the day. I don't even know what we got done today. But as far as scraps, the bodywork's pretty much done. I mean, I think I went as far as I could go without actually finishing the whole thing. You know, I figured I'll drop it off to Joe. His guys will hit pretty much a lot of the things that I'm sure that I'll miss. So let them just get the car. Hopefully we'll get this car back in about a week. You know, I just have a little bit left. I just have to take this down again. I got to DA the top down. This is pretty much done. I just got to touch some of this stuff up. It's really it. I mean, this is scraps. Oh, I just have to paint this. So it's still a little, this is dry to the touch, but you can still feel it's a little mushy. So, and then I got to paint this up over here. So here's the thing with scraps. This is the last time you're going to see scraps until scraps is painted. All right. I kind of have an idea of where I want to go with this car. When we first got the car, it was just going to be something that we put together and sell as a roller. Then we got a little more wrapped up in it. Then we went to the grocery store and got a big onion, and then we just started taking it apart, started peeling it a little bit at a time. And this is the onion right here. But it's okay. So what I'm going to do is, you're not going to miss anything that I do on the car. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do to this car what I wanted to do to it when I first knew that we were going to get the car up and running and driving. I had an idea in my head on what I wanted to do with it. So, you know what? I'm going to do it, okay? And you guys can kind of guess maybe what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to leave it a vinyl top car. I don't know if I'm going to make it a hard top. I don't know if I'm going to leave it the rally green. I don't know if I'm going to leave those on the car or if I'm going to put these on the car. I have no idea. But hopefully in about a week, this car will be back. 2 weeks tops, this car will be back from Joe. But we have other things to do while this car is over at the body shop getting done. So I just wanted to keep you posted on what's going on with Scraps. Scraps is actually a running, driving car. You could jump in this car and probably drive it anywhere. Knock on wood. I mean, if the windshield was in it and everything was in the car. But it runs really good. And I'm really, really excited. And I hope I don't get any hate comments on what I'm going to do with this car. But I think you're going to like it. You know me, I'm a very simple guy. I keep things simple. So we'll see. But we do have other things that have to get done. Some things up here. You know what, actually? Well, Scraps is over at Joe's. We're going to finish this car. We're going to run through this car. And if we could drop off this car here when we pick up Scraps, that would be great because it just frees up the garage. And then it kind of sets me so where we can start working on the Mustang. And I'm really excited about getting that car done, or even getting started on it. I'm about 2 months behind on that car. So I'm really going to have to cram on that car to get it done. I kind of drag my feet, you can see. So, but I try my hardest. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to keep you posted on what's going on with Scraps. You're not going to see Scraps now until Scraps is back with paint on it. Okay? So that's about it. And see if you can guess what I'm going to do. Alrighty? As always, I appreciate you guys watching. And you guys take care of yourselves.